Cats. We all love cats, whether they're big cats, small cats, wild cats, cartoon cats, or even the cat in the hat.
Oh yeah!
Jokes aside, we can admit most of us love cats. For this video, I'll be talking about a cat-themed film titled Uninvited, directed by Graydon Clark. This is a film you watch and ask yourself, how does this exist? But first, I'll be talking about the cover. There's a lot of covers for this film. I'll start with this one, which I assume is the first VHS cover. This cover is pretty accurate. You get to see a mutant cat coming out of a regular cat, and it takes place on a yacht. The tagline of the film is, cats have 9 lives, you only have 1. And the tagline is true, we only have 1 life.
Know how many times we live, Brian?
Once.
I think this cover reveals too much, and I prefer this one. This film was also released on Vinegar Syndrome 2. The film begins, we see the cast and crew names. George Kennedy gets top billing, and he's not even the main character. Now we're at a lab with scientists. One of the scientists being director Graydon Clark. They check the x-ray of the cat and realize there's something wrong with it.
Just bring the subject in and we'll cut it open. See what's growing inside of it.
The cat runs off. A group of people in hazard gear chase it down. They tranquilize the cat, but then the cat does something unthinkable. A mutant cat emerges from the normal cat and kills them all. The doctor says,
The building's secure. Now, Paul, no matter what happens, we can't let that cat out of here.
but the cat kills some more and finally escapes. We are now out of the lab and at a hotel, where we meet 2 girls, Suzanne and Bobby. They're having trouble getting to a hotel. One man named Walter helps them out.
It's okay, they're with me.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Mr. Brown.
He helps them out and lets them have dinner with him. With,
No strings attached.
we see 2 men who are revealed to be Walter's associates. One of them is wearing a hat. Mike tells Walter,
You gotta go now.
Walter leaves and invites Suzanne and Bobby to his yacht. But that meeting sure is important by what Mike says.
Desperate men do desperate things.
We cut to Walter's yacht and they're having a meeting with Daryl, showing him money. They continue the meeting and talk about blackmail,
It's called blackmail.
since they think Daryl is gonna blackmail them. Albert kills Daryl. We cut to the cat, which comes to a mechanic shop, and the mechanic gives the cat something to drink. A random guy comes by and asks for change, but beats the mechanic up and robs him. But the cat gets pissed off about that. He heads onto the guy's pickup truck and kills him and his friend, driving them off the road. Wow, Fort Lauderdale is such a nice place. Suzanne and Bobby meet 3 guys named Martin, Lance, and Corey. They talk about Walter. They reveal that Walter works for Wall Street. Suzanne and Bobby tell them that Walter invited them to go to the Caribbean.
We're supposed to set sail this morning on a cruise for the Caribbean.
And they invite Martin, Lance, and Corey to come. But what they don't know is that they're fleeing due to criminal stuff. Suzanne, Bobby, Martin, Lance, and Corey head to the yacht and they find the cat. They take the cat on the yacht, not knowing what will happen. This isn't the love boat. This is the bad yacht. I tried a lot with that. Walter's yacht crew all quit after his party, since the captain, whose name Rachel, said he treated them like slaves.
Besides, if you didn't treat them like slaves, we wouldn't have to replace them.
Walter tries to kick out Martin, Lance, and Corey. Howard arrives and tells them,
The SEC, I just got word the SEC is getting a warrant to search your boat.
which makes them have to leave immediately. But without a crew, Walter reluctantly lets the guys stay on the yacht. Walter says to kick the cat out,
That cat goes back with the shuttle boat.
No, it's mine!
but reluctantly agrees to let the cat stay. Walter seems like the only smart guy on board.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Bobby, Suzanne, Martin, Lance, and Corey are chilling on the yacht and start partying, but Walter stops them. Mike doesn't like punk kids. His words, not mine,
I don't like you. I don't like punk kids that think the world owes them a living.
and assigns them jobs.
You're the cook. You're the busboy and the dishwasher. You're the maid.
Walter makes sure that Mike puts the money in the safe. They talk about their plans as they're heading to their destination. Albert is trying to impress Rachel, but pulls a lever that makes the mutant cat come and destroys a pipe. And Suzanne and Bobby know a way to cheer them up and make them feel better. And it's working.
It is so hot.
It sure is. Meanwhile, Walter, Suzanne, Bobby, Martin, Lance, and Corey are chilling. The cat arrives where Walter and the others are chilling at, and the cat seems pretty chill so far. Soon, the party is on. Howard is drunk and accidentally takes him off course.
Oh, Jesus, you've taken us way off
Never
course.
fear.
As Howard walks, he sees the cat and accidentally does this. The mutant cat comes out and attacks Albert while the others are partying. Albert is severely injured, trips off the yacht, and dies. Mike finds out what happened to Albert, but doesn't know yet about the cat. They decide to leave him behind.
Look, I say we just get out of here and we didn't see anything, okay?
Yeah, okay.
These guys sure are desperate. Now it's morning and the ship is having engine problems, so they have to shut down the engine.
I don't know exactly. She's running way too hot. I had to shut her down.
Rachel mentions Albert, but Walter bribes Rachel to move forward without Albert so he doesn't get arrested.
Let's just say I'll be a very rich man, and among other things, I won't be needing this boat anymore.
Transfer of ownership papers?
In your name. All legit.
Rachel and Martin look at Albert's blood and notice it's fresh.
Normal, even for fresh blood.
And you think this is Albert's blood?
Let's be honest, it's not. Walter sees Bobby working out and tries to hit on her, but shows his age when he says this.
I think you're better than Jane Fonda.
He tries to hit on her some more, but things go too far. Van sees what's happening and they get into a fight. Mike sees what's happening and does the unthinkable. He shoots first and asks questions later. Mike is about to shoot again, but gets interrupted by Corey, making him drop his gun. As Mike tries to get his gun back, he gets bitten by the cat. Rachel begins to call for help, but Walter stops her so he doesn't get arrested, and Rachel reluctantly agrees to sail to the Cayman Islands. George Kennedy gives some top-tier acting here. Suzanne mentions the lab tag on the cat and realizes it's a lab cat.
Oh, finally!
Mike gets really sick. His skin begins to bulge. That's some neat special effects right there. Mike dies and they throw him overboard. Corey holds Walter at gunpoint and Walter takes out the money of the safe. This is to brag to Corey, and Walter arrives Corey to help him out, and it works. Martin finds out something. Anytime the cat touches the food, it gets contaminated, and they need to stay alert. Rachel and Martin try to start the ship, but it fails to start. As Lance and Bobby get it on, Lance says his arm feels better, but decides to check it. But the cat is eating the crap out of his hand. Lance decides to unalive himself, and he drags Bobby down with him, and they die. Now it's nighttime, and the supplies are getting low. There's no hope for them. Corey and Walter try to lure the cat, and Corey gives Walter back his gun for protection. Walter and the others, I assume, begin having lunch, and they have cornflakes and wine, which is very sad, and the cat almost attacks him. Corey shoots the cat, but just destroys the yacht's engines. Corey gets attacked badly anyway and dies. Mike and Rachel realize the cat stole all the food and there may be no hope for them anymore. Walter is tired. Walter blames Rachel for what happens and goes too far. Suzanne goes down to the basement and finds breadcrumbs and eats them. This won't end well, and Suzanne gets sick because any food the cat touches becomes contaminated. Suzanne bleeds out badly and dies. At this point we realize the cat isn't even a bad cat. It's just these people either interfering with the cat or making dumb choices. Walter, Rachel, and Martin see there's a leak in their yachts, and it's going to sink. Then we see the nice yacht, but it's clearly not a toy replica. Walter decides to get his money, but is attacked and dies. Martin and Rachel flee, and the yacht begins to sink. Now we can see it's clearly a toy replica. As they flee, Martin has one of the briefcases with the money, and the cat gets on the lifeboat and tries to attack them. At this moment, I guess they went over budget since it seems like they're stuck in a time loop now. If you don't believe me, just watch it to believe it. And they realize the only way to make the cat stop coming on the lifeboat is to throw off the briefcase so the cat can stay on it. They throw the cat out first, then they take the money out of the briefcase because money is always important, and then they throw the briefcase off. The cat gets on the briefcase and they're all safe. Now they're on land, somewhere in the Caribbean. And if you're wondering why this Coast Guard looks familiar, he's actually Austin Stoker from Assault on Precinct 13. They tell the Coast Guard their story off screen, and he believes they just had a bad experience out at sea.
Afraid your ordeal must have been too much for you.
And Martin and Rachel leave, thanking the Coast Guard. Somewhere at the shore, a little kid picks up the cat And it's not orange this time. The kid takes the cat with him, unaware of what happened to the other, since you don't know what's going on in someone else's life, obviously. And the film ends. So in conclusion, Uninvited is one crazy cat film with pretty mixed practical effects ranging from awesome to downright silly and a crazy premise. Uninvited is one of those films that leave you wondering how it even exists. It's an unforgettable film that you will love immediately after watching. So yes, this is worth watching.